I remember the beeping. I remember the scent of antiseptic and the weightlessness of a body that refused to wake. But most of all, I remember his voice. It was a murmur at first, sharp consonants and muffled cruelty, floating through the fog in my mind like acid through silk. God, you look pathetic. I should have pulled the plug when I had the chance. You ruined my life. He didn't know I could hear him, that somewhere beneath the paralysis, I was awake. Eyes closed, muscles dead, but my mind, razor sharp. Every word he whispered when no one else was in the room carved itself into me. He called me a burden, a mistake, a problem he should have left behind years ago. And when he thought I was dying, he laughed. Laughed. That's the moment I stopped wanting to survive and started planning to return. It wasn't just the words, it was the timing. He'd visit only when the nurses changed shifts. His voice was kind when they were around, fake concern dripping like spoiled honey. But once alone, I hope you never wake up. I've got her now. She's everything you're not. Her. The way he said it, like a confession and a conquest. He thought I was already gone, that my mind had surrendered. But I was there, clinging to each syllable like a woman digging her nails into the earth during her own burial. She, young, probably, delicate, naive, not knowing he'd said those same things to me once, when I was still soft enough to believe them. I couldn't speak, couldn't scream, but my soul flared with a clarity I hadn't felt in years. He wasn't grieving, he was celebrating, waiting for me to die, so he wouldn't have to lie anymore. When my fingers twitched, I didn't tell anyone. When my tongue began to stir beneath cracked lips, I said nothing. I needed time, time to watch, time to listen. The day I opened my eyes, I kept them vacant, dull, empty. Let him think I was still brainless, still quiet. He cried fake tears at my bedside, held my hand. "Please come back," he whispered. "I'll take care of you forever." The same mouth that said he wished I'd flatline now pleaded for miracles. But I was already back, and I was watching him, tracking patterns, observing phone calls, matching lies to timestamps. Her name came from a careless voicemail. The rest, I pieced together silently. Discharge papers tucked in books, credit card statements in jacket pockets, lipstick-stained receipts for hotel rooms. The more I recovered, the more I hid it. I let him carry me to the bathroom like a devoted husband, while I memorized the passcodes to his accounts. I let him wash my hair like I was a fragile flower, while I composed emails from his mistress to my lawyer. Every step forward in my recovery was a step toward his undoing. The doctor declared my progress miraculous. He called it love-fueled recovery. I almost laughed. I walked into the living room one morning, unaided, calm. He dropped his coffee mug. You didn't say anything. Why didn't you tell me?" I smiled faintly. "I wanted to see if you'd still come, if you thought I was gone," he stuttered. I placed a thick folder on the table between us. Receipts, recordings, emails, photos of him and her, in our house, in my bed. His face drained like water swirling down a blackened drain. He opened his mouth, but there was nothing left to lie about, so he cried. I just watched him. That night, I cooked his favorite dinner, set the table for two. He ate nervously, trembling, a man unsure whether this was redemption or retribution. When the plates were cleared, I handed him a small envelope. Inside, a signed confession, drafted with my lawyer, admitting infidelity, emotional cruelty, financial fraud. "Sign it," I said, my voice soft but merciless, Or the board sees everything. He begged, bargained, blamed the coma, blamed loneliness. I stared at him like he was a stranger who wandered into my life wearing my husband's skin. You chose to unburden yourself to a corpse, I whispered. But I was never dead, just silent. He signed, with shaking hands. The house was quiet after he left, too quiet. I stood by the window for a long time, watching the night settle. I didn't feel victorious or vengeful. I felt clean, like something dark had been exorcised from inside me. Not just him, but the woman I used to be. The woman who would have forgiven, who would have waited for love to return like a stray dog. No more. I am not that woman anymore. I died in that hospital bed, and the one who woke up, she never needed him to live. Next time you whisper to someone you think can't hear, be sure they're truly gone. And I closed the curtains, forever.